2021 has been an odd year to say the least, with shops, businesses, and schools seemingly going back and forth between opening up and shutting down. It's been a challenge to find solid ground. And despite the numerous challenges that I've personally faced this year, I managed to accomplish a lot that I want to revisit in this video. So this video is going to be my 2021 in review video. Nkọwa okwu launch. My biggest accomplishment of 2021, hands down, was launching Nkọwa okwu back in March. I never really expected that I would launch an Igbo dictionary web app with so much support from the Igbo community, but here we are. This was the first major accomplishment that really set up the rest of the year for success. And there are now currently 200 users on the platform, which is absolutely wild. This launch taught me and our team a lot about software engineering, product designing, preparing for launch in general, and all the moving pieces. And from our learnings, it was clear that we needed to take it a step further and build Nkọwa okwu Learning, which is our new Igbo language learning and course creation platform. We plan to launch it in early 2022 and focusing on a US market, but we'll quickly expand after that. You can join our email newsletter to be the first to know when we launch and to follow our journey. A small but really exciting milestone is that we now have our official business email. Before we were using nkọwaokwu@gmail.com, but now we're a little bit more professional with our business email. So that means if you want to get in contact with me, any person on the team, you have a question, comment, complaint, you can email us. Presentations. Throughout 2021, I was tapped on the shoulder twice to give technical talks surrounding my work on the Igbo API and Nkọwa okwu. I was invited by the BBC as a guest speaker for its Develop++ speaker series, where their speakers are from the BBC or from around the world to speak on an interesting technical topic. I gave a talk on the Igbo API and Nkọwa okwu in front of some BBC engineers, and getting to be invited to an online event hosted by BBC was an absolute huge honor. And now I'm definitely looking to get featured in the BBC Igbo next year, so if anyone watching this video knows how I can get that connect, email me. I also presented my work on the Igbo API and Nkọwa okwu at this year's 2021 software conference. This was another online conference where I gave my talk, and one thing I really realized is that these virtual speaking opportunities gave me the chance to still give talks without being held back by not being able to travel. So getting my name out there was a huge win all during these virtual events. Media. The Igbo API and Nkọwa okwu received quite a bit of buzz throughout the year. 3 media houses interviewed me on my work creating and maintaining these projects. The Nigerian Tribune was my first ever feature, and I was super nervous about that. I remember I was reviewing so many of the questions that they sent over. But I knew this was huge, especially since my parents were arguably a little bit more excited about it than I was. And then right after that, another Nigerian media house, Newsroom, requested to speak with me. And then later in the year, Built in Africa reached out to also do a piece on me and my projects. I also got to speak with other content creators and independent bloggers. And all of these interviews really made me feel like a celebrity for a moment, but it was great to know that people wanted to learn more about these projects. Community growth. Nkọwa okwu has thrived mainly due to our dedicated volunteer community. At the top of the year, we had around 10 to 15 members in our Slack group with little community organization and direction. It was really difficult for new members to know how they can get started with contributing. Now we have a little bit more clear documentation with a documentation site that includes dates for our bi-weekly community meetings. I have my Calendly up there for volunteers to set up one-on-ones with me. We have onboarding docs for different roles, learning resources, and guides for commonly asked questions. So by spending more time on creating quality documentation, we instantly saw the benefits of doing that. We now have around 97 volunteer members, which is extremely close to our 2021 goal of 100 members. And this community has been the main reason that we've been able to continue editing words, adding audio recordings, creating product designs, implemented user-suggested features, and so much more. But I will say that we're still actively and always actively looking for volunteer members who really believe that they can help the Igbo language. If you ever said to yourself, like, oh, what can I bring to the table, community this size, doing all this great stuff, then I would say stop thinking like that. This project might seem like we're doing everything right and perfectly on the outside, but there's always room for improvement. Trust me. You bring a lot to the table, and each and every single person is unique and special, so consider volunteering if you always wanted to. And I know it's not easy to commit to a project, especially since we all have busy lives, so we really don't take our volunteers' contributions lightly. We value all the work that volunteers put in, and we make sure not to pressure or guilt anyone to continue contributing if they can. So shout out to all of our wonderful and lovely volunteers that made this project possible. 2021 has been kind of like the year of business for me. I never really thought that Nkọwa okwu would transform into an organization that would start seeking funding, but here we are. One of my proudest moments of 2021 was getting accepted as a finalist for the Igbo Unite 2021 Startup Pitch Competition. I got to fly out to Houston to pitch in front of hundreds of Igbo people, and even though we didn't receive the grand prize of $10,000, the project got a lot more eyes on it, and I got to connect with more people. And on top of that, I got to actually meet a couple of our volunteer community members in person, which was really cute. And just this month, we were named as a semi-finalist for the Nigeria Tech Summit, which is one of the largest African virtual accelerator programs. This is a great resource for us to learn more about how to prepare our business for success. Donations. If there's one way we definitely know our community believes in our vision, it's through donations. During 2021, we received a total of $4,000 in donations that we put towards hiring contractors, paying for services like GitHub, Heroku, and AWS that keep the lights on, and other services like G Suite, SendGrid, and third-party services to make sure that everything's moving smoothly. We don't take donations lightly as well, so we really want to thank all of our patrons and donors and just general supporters who've donated money. If you want to donate money, you can visit the link in the description box down below to help. Really, any amount counts. Writing. This year was the first time that I wrote an engineering blog post, especially a blog post for Squarespace. I got to talk about how my team approached addressing technical debt through implementing new designs, using the latest front-end technology and frameworks, while simplifying our testing and deploying pipelines. I'm extremely proud by how that blog turned out, so shout out to my teammates for supporting my writing. And if you want to read the blog post, again, it's going to be in the description box down below. Dictionary data. Another major accomplishment from this year is that we grew our Igbo API dictionary dataset significantly. We had a little under 2,000 example Igbo sentences at the beginning of the year, but now we have more than 3,300 Igbo sentences. And for word audio recordings, we only had a couple hundred at the top of the year, and now we have more than 1,700 audio recordings. And then finally, we also now have more than 1,000 Igbo words marked as standard Igbo, which is incredible. YouTube. Also in 2021, my YouTube channel hit 2,000 subscribers, and I know videos have definitely slowed down, mainly due because I've been spending a lot of my time on Nkọwa okwu, but I just want to say thank you for everyone who subscribed and supported all of my videos. I have big plans for this channel. I've been drafting up YouTube video ideas for the past number of months, and I want to start documenting the learning process that I've been undergoing of building up Nkọwa okwu and, growing a community volunteer group and everything in between. So I have a lot of video ideas that I want to put out there in 2022. So I have big plans for this channel. Looking back, I can definitely say all this progress wasn't linear. There were low points during this year that really made me question why I was so relentless on, working on these projects. And honestly, the biggest reason is the value that we managed to create in this past year really has been resonating with the community. It's really obvious that what we've been doing of creating a dictionary and now building out a learning platform is something that a lot of Igbos have been asking for a really long time. So getting that validation through donations or people DMing me or emailing me saying how much they like the project really gets me excited. And it gets me excited about the whole process. Even when there are bugs in the code or I have to write a late night draft for a proposal or to submit an application or update the slide deck, I'm actually always so excited and happy that I get to do something because it's providing value to a community that I really care about. More to come. I know this is really only the beginning. There's so much more that's to come in 2022. For example, we've applied for funding through the Lacuna Fund to exponentially grow the Igbo dictionary dataset. Also, we're going to continue applying for pitch competitions to meet other like-minded people, seek funding, and just generally connect. And since I don't have any personal formal experience in business, 2022 is really going to be a year where I want to start learning more about what it takes to organize teams, project growth, and plan for success. I also want Nkọwa okwu to be more present online, be more active on social media, have more blog posts, be in podcasts, and just generally be out there. So I'm putting that into the universe. And finally, for a personal project, I'm super excited, looking forward to working with Dartmouth College and Coursera to create a full-stack web development course in 2022. So that's super exciting. I'm super proud of what I was able to accomplish this past year and what our volunteer community has been able to accomplish this past year. And 2022 is already looking super bright, so I'm super excited for next year. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed to this channel, who donated, who is an active or previous volunteer community member. Every piece of activity that we do towards this project is us moving in the right direction. So I want to say thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next video.